What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Kevin and I make videos on my 370Z Nismo. So if you like Z's, if you like any Z content, consider subscribing. There's so much more coming for the Z, and this is only the beginning, so just wait on it. And if you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate you. You guys are the reason why the channel is growing. So don't forget, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave me a comment. I comment back on every single comment and I heart every comment. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving my honest review on my 370Z Nismo. I've had it for 4 years and it's crazy because the Z was always my dream car ever since I was little. I always wanted a 350Z, but once I saw how the 370Z Nismo, the V1, how it looked, I knew I had to have it. But before we get into any details, let me give you a quick overview of what you get with the V1 Nismo. Let's go. So right off the jump, the one thing you will notice from a regular Z and a Nismo is the body kit. In my opinion, I think the V1 looks way better than the V2. I'm not saying the V2s are ugly, but I think the V1's body kit looks a lot more aggressive. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people are gonna think otherwise, but with the Nismo, you do get the Nismo bumper. The headlights, I customized myself. If you guys wanna see that, go watch that video. It'll be right up here. But I customized my own headlights. I did not have someone do them for me, and I am super happy with how they turned out. I blacked out the headlights. I made these red, and then I added the double halos, and I added a demon eye with a customized lens, which I'm really happy about. But besides that, second thing you might notice with the Nismos are these insane V1 19-inch Nismo wheels. In my opinion, I think these wheels are way better than the V2 wheels. They totally downgraded when they added those wheels to the V2s. In my opinion, they could have added these onto the V2s and it would have made the Nismo V2 look a lot better. But everyone loves these wheels, so if you ever get a set of Nismo wheels, I would totally recommend holding on to them because in my opinion, I think they're gonna become rare, as well as the car. I don't plan on selling my car anytime soon. I don't know if I'll ever sell it, but these cars are just becoming more rare and the price on these are going insane. So as we make our way around the car, these mirror caps I put on myself. So behind this is just a regular white mirror. I added this carbon fiber mirror cap, so I think that looks a lot better. On the V2s, I believe they come in black and they have like a red stripe. So with the V1s, that is one difference that you may notice. And then onto the Nismo side skirts, these compared to the base model look a lot better. It has like a little lip onto them. On to probably my favorite view of the car, and that is the rear. You do get a Nismo wing that comes with the car. This is the stock wing for the Nismo V1s. For the V2s, they made like kind of like a duckbill, which I don't like at all. It doesn't even compare to this, and I think this wing looks insane on the rear of this car. For the rear, you do get a more aggressive bumper compared to the base models. I added the street arrow diffuser, so ignore that. That will not come on the car. But besides that, that is pretty much the exterior of the car. So onto the interior of a Nismo. You do get this, I'm pretty sure this is stock. I got this with the car. I'm not sure if all the V1 Nismos have these, but I always get asked about where I got this, and honestly, it came with the car. So that looks pretty cool. The V1 Nismos come with regular black cloth seats, except right in the middle, it has a Nismo embroidery. So I changed these out. I feel like these are a little more comfortable than the stock V1 seats. And in my opinion, they look so good in a white car. I mean, any red seats in any car, I think looks insane. But one thing I do have to give to the V2 owners are the Recaro seats that come with the car. I think it would be insane if they added it in the V1. A lot of people do change out the stock Nismos with the Recaro Nismo seats in the V2s, and I think it looks so good, but the prices on those are insane, so I have not done that yet. I might end up buying those seats maybe longer down the road, but for now I love these seats. I think these seats look so good in the Z. So a lot of people do complain that the interior of the Z is a little outdated. In my opinion, I don't think it's outdated at all. In my opinion, I think it looks really good inside, and it really makes you feel like the driver because everything is facing you. I think the interior of the Z isn't bad at all, especially if you upgrade your radio system like I did. It makes the interior look a lot more modern. But besides that, you don't really have any room in here, just for one passenger, and then you do have one cubby back there. But that is pretty much the interior of the car. And for trunk space, the trunk space is not bad at all. A lot of people do complain that it's small, but you're not really buying this car to haul anything. This is perfect for like groceries or anything, small bags or anything like that. But besides that, that is the interior of the car. So that is a quick overview of the 370Z Nismo, for the V1 at least. So in my opinion, I'll be more than happy to argue, but I believe the V1s look way better than the V2s. I'm not saying the V2s are ugly or they're bad at all. I just think, in my opinion, the V1 looks so good. But on to why you guys are really here. So I bought this 2012 370Z Nismo back in August of 2017. So I've had the car for 4 years, and it's been my daily driver for 4 years. And let me tell you, it has not given me one single issue. The only thing that has happened to the car was when the rear lights did not turn on. Like, everything in the rear was completely turned off. There was an issue with the fuse and there was a shortage somewhere, so I took it to Nissan and they fixed it. They were trying to tell me that it was the aftermarket camera that was connected to the rear, but ever since I got the car, it's been fine for 2 or 3 years. But I don't know anything about electrical, so they might be right. So they fixed it, and now I have not had that issue come up again. But like I was saying, I've had 0 issues with this car. I've pretty much kept up with all the maintenance. I've done the oil changes around 3,000 miles every single time. I have not waited, I've not even made it to like 4,000 without changing the oil in the car. And speaking of that, I do have to do that soon. I think I have like 100 miles left, but it doesn't hurt to go a little bit over, but I always prefer to do it at 3,000 miles. I also changed the transmission fluid at 50,000 miles, which is recommended. So in my opinion, I believe if you keep up with the car, if you do all the basic maintenance, you will not have a single issue with the car, as well as not beating your car. Since it's my daily driver, I do not beat on the car. I don't drive fast. For the most part, I don't drive fast. I don't beat on it. I don't slam gears. I don't do anything. I drive it like a car, and I treat it like it's my baby. Since I had it, I've not beaten on the car, and I believe that is why it has not given me any issues. And I've had the car for probably half its life. I got it with 32,000 miles and it's about to hit 62,000 miles. So I've had the car for 30,000 miles, and like I said, I've had 0 issues with the car, and it's been my daily driver for 4 years. But it is time to get another daily. It's not gonna be anything as cool as the Nismo, but I do plan on getting a truck just because I do live in Maryland and the winters here can be a little sketchy. The winters here aren't that bad, but I am always scared to drive this car when it snows, and sometimes I have no choice but to drive this car to work in the snow. But I do sometimes drive Shay's car, which helps a lot with saving the miles and not wrecking into a tree when it snows. But other than that, I believe this is the perfect daily driver if you live somewhere warm like Florida or Texas. In my opinion, this is one of the best cars you can get. I forgot to mention that I did buy this car for 23,000 beans. So during that time, the Nismo weren't as hype as they are now. I can easily sell this car for 27 to 28,000 beans, and I am not planning on selling it, but if I wanted to, I could make my money back and some. I think for the price back then, this is the perfect daily driver if you live somewhere warm, or at least one of the best daily driver cars. I've not had any issues, like I've said so many times in this video. I've heard of people having overheating issues, which I have not. Maybe because I used to live in Tampa and it was extremely hot and I never got any overheating. I've heard issues with the clutch, which I have not. It's still on the stock clutch and it does not grind or anything. I've heard issues with the master slave and I have not had any issues with that either. So overall, I've had 0 issues with this car, and I could say that the whole video, but this is, in my opinion, a great daily driver if you live somewhere warm. So if you want like a super fast car, I don't think this car is for you, but for what it is a 3.7 liter V6 with, I believe, 350 horsepower, stock to 276. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up here, but 276 torque. This car is a lot of fun. Going from a Corolla to a 370Z, it was night and day, and I still think this car is pretty fast, but in reality, it's not that fast. And this is probably, no, I've driven a GTR before, but a 370 is the fastest car I've owned, and I love it. I think it's the perfect amount of power. But if you guys are looking for a fun, affordable at the time when I bought the car, now not so much. The prices on these cars have skyrocketed a lot. Like, it's insane. Like, you can find one now with high miles for like mid 20s, high 20s. I'm not sure. You guys can go to the Facebook pages. You can find them there all day, but they are taxed, and you might get lucky and find a really good price one, but it's gonna be really hard to get a very affordable 370Z Nismo. So if you don't plan on dropping 25, 30K, this car is not for you. But if you're looking for something fun, something that looks great, and at one point was affordable, this car is 100% for you. You're not gonna go fast, but you will break necks. And for what it is, to me, it's fast. So in the 4 years that I've had the car, would I recommend it? Is it worth it to own a 370Z Nismo? And my answer is, I mean, if you couldn't tell from the beginning of the video, it's yes. Yes, 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 yes. 100% I would recommend anyone to get a 370Z Nismo, or even a base model 370. I was gonna get a 370 base model, but I ended up finding this super last minute, and I got super lucky because it wasn't even listed for sale when I bought it. I bought it from a dealership and they had it like in the back, and this is literally what it was meant to be, because I wanted it in white a 370Z Nismo V1, and I got it, and it was just insane how perfect the timing was to get this car. But yes, I would recommend anyone to get this car. And there's so many parts to add to this car. You can make it unique, you can make it look like just like any 370, but there are so many parts, from expensive to cheap, and it's just a lot of fun to work on this car. It's not super hard to work on these cars, at least for the 370Zs. I don't think it's hard. I've never worked on any car, and I do everything literally to this car by myself, and I just learn, and for the most part it's easy. So it is very easy. You can supercharge these cars, you can twin turbo, you can single turbo, you can do so many things to this car, and I think it's just a blast. With that being said, my overall review, honest review of owning this car for 4 years is that it is a great sports car to have. Like I said, I've had 0 issues with this car, and it's insane because when I bought this car, I was expecting to have a lot of issues just because I've never really owned a sports car, and I thought things break here and there, but I've had 0 issues with this car, and I'm grateful that I have not had any major issues. But with that being said, if you guys are looking to buy a Z, a Nismo, any Z, I 100% recommend buying a 370Z Nismo or a 370 base model. You won't regret it, trust me. And I've had this car for 4 years, and I've driven it for 4 years every single day to work, and 0 issues. 0 issues. So that is gonna be the video, guys. If you guys like these types of videos, let me know down below in the comment section. I comment back to everyone that comments on every single video. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a safe and great Friday. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Stay blessed. Peace.